Good afternoon. Welcome to Chatham-Kent Sale of Land by Public Tender. Today is June 10th, 2026. Just going to go over the tax sale tender process. All tenders present are sealed and have been handled by the Manager of Revenue. Tenders will be opened in the number time sequence they were submitted by advertised parcel order. Getting a bit of an echo here. All tenders will be passed to the Deputy Treasurer, who will record and announce the name and the bid amount of each submission. In the event the highest bid is a tie, the bid received first will be determined as the highest. Confirmation of tender eligibility will be determined after the tax sale. The results of the tax sale will be published on the Chatham-Kent website. The highest bidder shall be declared to be the successful purchaser if the tender pays the amount of the bid, applicable land transfer tax and/or HST, plus accumulated real property taxes within 14 days of notification to the successful bidder. We are selling the properties as is, where is, with no survey will be provided on the closing of the sale. There may be environmental issues, including cleanup and remediation obligations, which must be assumed by the purchaser. We are not making any representations or warranties as to the title, nature, quality, occupancy, or size of the property. Some additional information for tender submissions. The successful purchaser of the property will accept the responsibility to initiate and complete the eviction process should the property have any occupants. Any liens previously registered by the Crown will remain and not be removed once the sale or vesting has been completed. It is the responsibility of the prospective purchaser to have determined prior to the tender submission if any lien exists. The prohibition on the purchase of residential property by Non-Canadians Act may apply to the sale. Purchasers must retain a lawyer to complete the purchase of any property for which their tender is accepted. The deposits for unsuccessful tenders will not be released at today's tender. Under any circumstances, deposit checks of unsuccessful tenders will be returned by courier only. The following parcels were cancelled. Parcel 12 being Santa Crescent, Wallsburg, and the following parcels were redeemed. Parcel 1 being 6771 Mill Street, West Tilbury. Parcel 3 being 22935 Harwich Road, Chatham. Parcel 5 being 3 Nichols Avenue, Erie. Parcel 7 being 66 London Road, Thamesville. Parcel 9 being 143 King Street, West Chatham. Parcel 10 being 487 St. Clair Street, Chatham. Parcel 11 being 257 St. Clair Street, Chatham. These parcels are no longer eligible for tender at today's tax sale. Parcel number 2 being 80 Shad Road, Berlin, roll number 3650-110-007-19405. Description, Part Lot 8, Concession 13, Geographic Township of Raleigh, designated as Part 5, 24R5662 Chatham-Kent, PIN 00864-0102, property class residential. According to the last return assessment roll, the assessed value of this land is $7,700. Minimum tender amount $7,086.78. There were no tenders received for this property. Parcel number 4 being 75 Adelaide Street, Blenheim, rule number 3650-140-006-66500. Description, Lot 18, North Adelaide Street, Plan 109, Municipality of Chatham-Kent. PIN 00939-0781, land title, property class residential. According to the last return assessment roll, the assessed value of the land is $94,000. The minimum tender amount is $44,530.87. The first tender is in the name Robert Scarf, $111,575. Second tender is in the name Paul Myers, $62,000. Third tender is in the name Paul Grow, $61,500. Next tender in the name Zypher X Inc., $47,000. Next tender is in the name Frank and Lori Tebow, $62,000. The next tender is in the name 10013267799 Ontario Inc., $64,786. Next tender is in the name Brad Yolton, $72,106. The next tender is in the name sellthisforme.com Incorporated, $78,508. Next tender is in the name Aaron Moran, $60,003.03. That concludes the tenders on parcel number 4. Parcel number 6 being 125 Oak Street, West, Bothwell, roll number 3650-320-001-01300, description, land title 184, part lot 141, Chatham-Kent, pin 00642-0103, land title, property class residential. According to the last returned assessment roll, the assessed value of the land is $32,000. The minimum tender amount, $32,759.44. There were no tenders received for this property. Parcel number 8, being Park Ave West Chatham, roll number 3650-420-017-16000, description, part lot 24, concession 2, eastern boundary rally, subject to 573626, 591703, 386582, 419392, CI 39374, 325381, CI 22162, 594070, 427855, 609347, 613915, CI 23490, and 393633 Chatham-Kent. PIN 00517-0467. Property class residential. According to the last returned assessment roll, the assessed value of this land is $4,000. Minimum tender amount $6,804. There were no tenders received for this property. All tenders have now been opened and announced. All tenders received have now been opened and announced. Results from today's tax sale will be posted on the Chatham-Kent website tomorrow. The attached link is on the screen. This concludes the tax sale for June